Okay, I pulled the rear rim out of the electrolyte solution where the electrolysis was removing the rust. It did a fine job as long as I had a good salvageable piece of metal. One thing I learned, once the thing becomes coated with rust, the effectiveness decreases significantly. So that'll have to be cleaned off. And I was reading where graphite rods probably would be better, but coming to the close of this project, I'm not going to be investing any more money into graphite rods. So here's the rim. And I used in my needle scaler to take off the flakes of metal that was left behind. And I'm going to turn this on for a minute. So as you can see, it makes the devil's own noise, but it's very effective. But one thing I learned when I was scraping it off, I saw a crack on the rim. It's about 6 inches long, and right where you don't want it, right there on the mounting lug. I pondered, should I continue to try to restore this thing, eventually have it welded, but I think I'm going to look for a salvageable rim before I undertake any more efforts on this thing. It did puzzle me as to why so much rust was on this rim compared to the other side, which had just a little bit. Well, I now know why, because you can't have rust. Rust's not going to form in a vacuum, or you need oxygen. Well, this crack goes clean through. So not only was it allowing air to get in, it was also allowing moisture as well. So I'll start my search with some salvage yards and get back with you later. One of the issues I've been struggling with is this push rod or tie rod that connects the foot pedal on this tractor to the control levers. Designed in the industrial model where if your hands weren't free and you needed acceleration, you could hit the foot pedal. It's a design that I've only seen on the international tractors, and since they only made 135 of these international 100s over the brief production years, I broke the clip off in attempting to clean up the threads and make sure the rod was adjustable. All the rods on this tractor are going to be adjustable, and I've just about got them all done. So I attempted to have someone weld it back on, and it was a failure. So what I've done is I bought some new rod, 1/4 inch, 28 threads per inch, and I'm going to attach this rod using this connector nut. Problem is, the remaining threads on the old rod are very loose and fragile. It's not getting a tight connection. So what I've done is I bought myself a die, 1/4 inch by 28, and I'm going to rethread some of this rod, cut the new rod to the correct length, and secure it with the coupling nut. I'll get to work on this, and hopefully we'll get this done soon. Off now. Alright, I would call this a success. I got nice tight threads, new threads on the rod, cut a short section of new rod, but locking nuts on both sides. So just wait for the time to get out there and reinstall it. It's about 105 in the garage, so I'm doing a lot of work in the basement today. Off for now.